at the Knickerbocker Hotel, ready to do a walkthrough. Right now we're on the main floor. We're about to go through the rest. And once the walkthrough's over, this video's over too. So this is the doorway we'll use to go upstairs. This way we know if the bells ring at all, somebody's gone through. Definitely much cooler in here. So one of my favorite things that I find in here that she's brought in is this here.
Ooh.
It's an old timepiece coffin.
That's amazing.
One of the old, like showpiece ones to where they put the body in and they have the glass so that you could see the person without, nowadays how we have the lid open and everything else. This would be completely enclosed, but you could still see them. We'll head up over here to the stairs. This is the stairwell to the second floor. This is the only stairwell we'll be using all night. Up and down these stairs here. Now the funny thing is these stairs will mess with you. It'll sound like somebody's coming up them when they're not. This is that area I talked about the apartment area. I'll give you guys a chance to walk through and take all the pictures you want once we do the walkthrough.
I'm excited, I'm sorry.
I know, it's fine. So I'll take you guys to this area later when we do the session in here. This is the door that locked on me. So this portion here, this has never been investigated in this room. For the most part, this has been a storage room.
Oh my God.
But what it is we actually have a chair from the 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, and 10s.
Nice.
She put a different time period chair in here all the way around. So we're going to try a little something in here because this has never been done in this area before, just to see. There are dogs outside in the back. Yeah, this is what we call the apartment area because at one point what they did was the people who owned and ran the bar just lived on premises here and had their own closed off section, well, then you haven't seen anything yet.
That's pretty sad.
So this is what we call the opera room. You have this bricked off passage here. This actually went next door, where there's that pharmacy next door now. At one point there was a theater on the other side, an old time theater, and this was open, and they would pass back and forth through this. And what this was like a sitting room for the actors, actresses, and whatnot. So they'd come over here, relax, rest before it was time to go and do the performance. And then they'd come back in here, almost like a dressing area. They would book this out and have this as their own little quiet space away from the theater, but still a walk right through. The nice thing is we have this nice section here, so we'll do a session in this room as well. I just like the red lighting, you know? Oh yeah. A lot of different activities in here that have happened. Pay attention to the keys while we're in here, because the keys that are hanging, they'll tend to move all different directions on us. Yeah, the original banisters. So again, we have different rooms in here, like this room here, for instance. It's basically like a giant bedroom type that was used. Reports in this room are of this door here opening and shutting on its own. People have been here in bed and all of a sudden the door will swing open.
Can you see it with the light on?
Yeah, Right there. Let there be light. Third floor. Third floor. Yeah, this one, the main thing for this one is that door that opens on its own. Or will close on its own. It's a bathroom. This room across the hall has more activity reported to it. This room here is actually one of the spots where the cat has been reported. I think it's behind the door there. There we go. So the cat has been reported right here. There was a chair there at one point by the door. My brother Nate that's downstairs was coming upstairs. He was going to go to the third floor and watch the cat jump from the chair to the floor right here.
Heard the paws hit the ground and everything.
Huh.
I'm just looking at the old bag.
Oh. The people who have slept here have reported a lot of trouble in this room. Because what happens is whatever's here doesn't necessarily like for you to sleep when you're in here. We've had people report that they're laying in bed and the bed will start shaking. Or they'll hear voices. One of the last reports that we've had through here was that a guy and his wife were here visiting for the weekend, and his wife fell asleep. He started to doze off, and as he dozed off, he heard, I'll shorten it a little bit, but don't you go to sleep. And he turned to look at his wife like, what the hell? I'm tired. I want to go to sleep.
She was sleeping.
She was out cold. Like I said, there's reports of the bed shaking, things like that have happened in here. This was at one point one of the owners that was here. He took this room. This was his room. And there's tragedy associated with him in this room. Hi Mike, I see you've joined us here. So now we're going to head to the third floor. Now the third floor, I'll wait for people to catch up.
I'm right here, I'm sorry.
We're going to head to the third floor because the third floor is reportedly the most active of the whole building, actually. Now if you guys notice as you come up, right here's a listing. You have names and numbers, okay? So as you look at the names and numbers, you can look. As we go in, there's numbers like right here on this door is number 18. So you'll see multiple. This is the nursery room.
Wow. I don't think I've ever been creeped out in my life as I am when I just walked in here. Holy shit.
So with the nursery room, there's a couple things I want to point out real quick.
Wow.
First and foremost, we'll start at the back and work our way out. If you look closely, right there, there's writing on the wall. They've put a frame up so that you can kind of see where it's at. But it's handwritten in the wall. We've had multiple people try to decipher what it is that it exactly says. We can only make out parts of it. We think it was a note from the husband to the wife while they were working in here. Now remember I said the story about the lamp that turned itself on and I have the video of it? That's the lamp. And it is currently unplugged. When it happened, the lamp was stationed over here on this side, and I was sitting about where the lamp is at the time. And that's where it turned itself on. What came in from this way, from the doorway, over my lap, and then turned the light on right across from where I was sitting. This doll here is named Pinky. Why? Because she's missing a pinky. Her pinky's actually missing. And if you watch her, you guys want to take pictures, take a picture of her face now, take a picture of her face later, and compare it.
Her arms as well.
Her arms as well, because she does move. Her facial expressions will change, her hand placements will move. You'll see that she's got like a sour look on her face right now. Later, she'll look almost like she's smiling. Yeah. But that's Pinky. That's the beauty of this place. Like I said, Peg does so much with this building and with these rooms that you'll see so many different things in here. You know, over, what'd she say, 53, 54 dolls? Okay, something like that. Dolls in this room alone. Yeah.
Did you hear that? 52 dolls.
Yeah, over 50 dolls in this room right here. Room number 19. And then this, I'll let him focus on Pinky. And then this room here, I've got stories of this room too. Now, this one here, this guy here, came to Peg reportedly as an actively haunted doll. The owner was having a lot of issues, having nightmares surrounding the doll itself. So they got rid of it to somebody else who shipped it here. A friend of mine actually stayed, this was her room that she'd stay in when she'd come. And she'd sleep here on the bed. Well, the one night she came in, she lay down in the bed, went to sleep. When she woke up in the morning, there were Christmas ornaments in bins underneath. When she woke up in the morning, Christmas ornaments were all scattered around the bed.
Oh.
It didn't wake her up. There were no noises to wake her up. But she woke up and couldn't put her feet on the floor because there were Christmas ornaments all over the place. That's the story behind this room here that I have.
I'm sorry.
So that everyone's aware, there is a bathroom, a toilet behind this door here. Okay? Nobody uses this toilet.
Does it flush?
It's not an active toilet. Will you hear water running from it like somebody has flushed it? Yes, you will. Just like the clock here. Clearly not a working clock. But you can sit here and listen to it tick sometimes. It's not right now. You'll hear it. It'll be a loud tick, tick, tick. And it's not at the moment. This room here was called Clara Arnold's room when the Arnold family owned the hotel. Story of Clara Arnold was that she passed away. She died of consumption, tuberculosis, and she actually passed in the building, believed most likely in this room. No, that's been brought in long after. If you see what I mean about Peg has gotten many things like the dresses, the pictures, the different furniture, all throughout this building that she's added to it. Oh yeah. The first time I was here, this room was filled with taxidermy. Right down to like a black bear and everything else in here. Turkeys, all that kind of stuff, all up through here. Yeah.
This reminds me of like the rooms in New Orleans.
Which we're at New Orleans.
Where did we say?
Lafitte.
Lafitte Guest House.
Okay. St. Vincent Guest House. It's over in the Garden District.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one Nicolas Cage owned?
No.
No.
This is Down Magazine and in the Garden District.
Oh, okay.
That place was crazy. That's where I stayed when I went for a week.
Where we stayed was supposed to be haunted, the room next door to us. And we like the room we were in, he swore someone was on the balcony. We saw the door handle turn inside of our room.
Felt like something was just
And then we
right
moved
above us.
rooms the one night because we had like our last night we had a move room. Totally different atmosphere.
So this is a bathroom. The reason I point this bathroom out is this. We've put motion detectors in there, motion lights. Sat out here, the motion lights are pointed in the bathroom. Somebody would have to be in the bathroom, and the motion lights have turned themselves on. We're all sitting out here, motion lights are directed into the bathroom. Now, the story about when that lamp turned itself on in the nursery room over here. What had happened was, I was sitting in there, a friend of mine was sitting in a chair right here by the doorway. There was an equipment case right where this chair is here. What started off was that there were problems down at the other end, and I'll talk about some of those problems when we get down there, because some of them are still going on. But she watched the equipment case move slightly. It sounded like it was kicked. The only two people on this section of this hotel were she and I. She was in the chair, I was in the nursery room. Equipment case got kicked. I'm talking to her out here about it. She's talking to them down there about it. And that's when the shadow came across my lap and the lamp turned on in there. Yeah, some of them, the actual descendants are descendants of the town and have had family come through later and say, wait, that's my grandparents. That's, you know. But again, like I said, you'll see a lot of the themed rooms, like this room here, for instance. Now, this room here, she's been a really good girl since last year. This doll here, she's been a really good girl since last year. Well, this is what happened. Peg used to keep her on the bed right there. Okay? Well, at first she was on the bed and she had the little doll, the little baby that's behind you over here, was on the bed with her. That baby's head falls off. Peg would be in the building for a week, come upstairs for something and find that the head is on the floor. Nobody else was on the third floor at all week. The head's on the floor.
Nice.
Her little ballerina slippers would be kicked off and hid under pillows, under the blanket, on the floor.
Okay, so what's with the window at the top?
That
looks like another window on the other building.
That's actually an exterior window that goes out.
So it's like an original?
Yeah, that's an original. That's definitely original. But the theme of this room is Asian room type.
Two eyes and a nose.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
You have this room here. I've never really had much in this room. This is the room we call the Lincoln bedroom. On this side. She's got it decorated with different military items, different military things. Right down to over here, she's got the whole setup with a desk with flags, a big armchair.
That looks like a big Abe Lincoln chair. Oh, I'm a little behind, I'm sorry.
I said this was the Lincoln bedroom. So we have someone slow in the group tonight.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like looking for it. I'm trying to look at everything.
So maybe you've seen my Facebook where there's a picture and it looks like I'm sitting there reading and I'm holding a pistol. Have you seen that one?
Maybe I'll have to go stalk you.
It's on my public Facebook page. That was taken, we pulled the chair out to here a little bit and I sat in the chair. It was like a promotional photo that I was doing. There's something in the photo. We've tried to debunk it 1,000 different ways, but there is a white wavy mass up above here.
Is there someone in there?
Michelle's right here.
I'm right here.
Is there something in there?
There's
I
nobody.
just saw a white thing. Okay. No, I'm very serious.
Welcome to the
I just saw,
How old is this?
like right here. Go out and back in. Like a dress.
Wait, you said white?
Yeah.
Welcome to the...
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying hi.
Okay. I'm like, that's why I wanted to know where you were. And there was a white cat up here. I just watched it go.
Aren't there people didn't...
The cat
I've
wasn't
seen
white,
no.
but people
woman
have seen
in the white dress.
But people have seen the white dress.
The woman in the white dress.
That's what that looked
Yeah.
like was the bottom of
Yeah.
the skirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying welcome.
Where did you say?
Right here.
Right here.
Like, if I'm
Yeah.
standing right here and just like say my foot's the dress, just kicked out on one end, just right there. Alright. You're in here. No, I'm just like
But yeah, as I was sitting in that chair, and I can show it, I can pull it up later and show you guys. There's something up above. We've had multiple people, high-grade cameras, try to recreate. We've done different things, different lighting, everything else to try to recreate.
Nothing.
We haven't been able to even come close to what it was. But I mean, that's one of those things. You're going to find that around here, as things happen, we kind of chalk it up to, welcome to the neck. Which is why that book is titled Welcome to the Army.
Gotcha.
It's like, welcome to the neck.
But see how you don't feel bad?
no, I'm not. I can tell, like, I got a place where you feel. No,
So I always try to pay attention to these dolls here, these little puppets, because Peg has reported it, I've seen it myself. They're set up this way, you'll come in and one will be pushed way off to the side, you know, or like the middle one will be sticking out a lot further, noticeably different. And you'll see different things like that happening. The photograph there
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you.
is Harry Blackstone, famous magician. It's believed that Blackstone actually stayed in this hotel at one point. And I'm going to tell the story of this.
Oh.
Oh, thanks, Fred.
So as you guys come out, try to stop right here for me, would you? So that way you're right in front of the rack.
No,
No.
we're not doing that.
Well, that's the fun game.
So you can hang on.
We need, well, it's see who can hang on, and we need new ghosts. On three. 1, 2, 3.
Brian.
No, you're right, yeah. Okay, so the reason I have you guys standing there is 2 reasons. At one point, I told you guys about how she had the cameras set up in here. At first, it started with one camera. It was like a Sony Handycam that she had set up. Okay, and it was set up over in here, so it pointed down this way. Peg was in here all by herself. She was rearranging the rooms. As you can see, she likes to do frequently. Right, you haven't even met her yet, and you'll love her. Now, what had happened was, she had people viewing from all over the world. She had one guy religiously from like Germany that would view her and watch the cameras through the building and document everything. She's facing the window over there. They watched a gentleman, long black outfit and a hat, step out of that room, look towards the camera, and step back into the room. Her phone started going crazy. The phone to the hotel started going crazy. Somebody's in there with you. Who's in there with you? That looked very scary. It looked malicious. And she's like, I'm here all by myself. What are you talking about? No, you're not. To the point that they sent people here. Her sisters came over here and everything else to go through the whole place with her. She insisted she was alone. She was. Essentially.
Is it the room that Mike is in now? Okay. Where were you before this spot? It was the room you were in before where you are now.
Well, across the alley there.
Whoa.
Whoa, what just happened?
Holy
All those lights
shit.
just came on.
I saw that.
Excuse my language.
I saw that. They were all off.
I
and they
turned
just
that
came
off.
on. I saw it.
I turned that off.
Did that go off and on too?
No, this has been on. That was off.
Well, you've got it on tape.